Is Mahogany the best neighborhood in South Calgary? That's a tough question, but in this video I'll be tackling it and so much more, so you're going to want to stick around. My name is Ryan Gillard with Real Broker, your Calgary Realtor, and in this video I'll take you on a community tour of Mahogany, one of the more popular lake communities in Calgary, and I'll take you out into the streets. I'll showcase all it has to offer, all the pros and cons. I'll even take you out into some properties to give you some house tours, some real estate stats. I'll even highlight some of the stores and shops in this area. So let's get right into it. All right, and before we begin, just a few things here. If you are thinking of buying or selling in the Calgary market, I'd love to be a resource and help you out. I'm pretty easy to get a hold of. All my information is in the written description below. You can call me, text me, email me. My website's pretty powerful. You can search for all properties in there. You can also request a home evaluation. I also have a buyer's guide, a seller's guide, and a relocation guide, and they're all free to download. So however I can help you out, please let me know. All right, let's get into it. I'll just start off with a few videos here of the lake area, the pavilion. Quite spectacular. Obviously, right now it's November the 16th. These were back in the summertime. It obviously shows a lot better. This video that you see right here is the walking path around the pavilion. So right behind this is where the Chairman's Steakhouse is. This is kind of like the central part of the lake. Next video that you see here, all throughout the neighborhood, you see all sorts of different green paths with ponds and running trails and stuff like that. Definitely a great neighborhood for nature lovers, and no shortage of outdoor activities here. And next up, I'll just show you on the map where Mahogany is. So here's Calgary, here's the city center. Downtown core is right here, and in the deep southeast, you'll find Mahogany. And it really is at the outskirts of the city. It looks like this is all built up right now, but it's not. If you pull up the Google Maps, you can see here, here's Mahogany, and everything south of it's still kind of empty fields or construction zones. And so while I have the map open here, the main reason why people are living in Mahogany, or one of the main reasons, you can see all the different water features throughout the neighborhood. So here's like the main pavilion, the main lake. You got 3 different lakes over here. You got water features up here and over here as well. So no shortage of like lakes, ponds, swamps, I guess you would want to call it that, over here. And lots of walking trails, running trails throughout the area. You've got the Westman Village, which is this part right over here. You can see in the video in the background, this is a very built up area. Lots of condos, lots of restaurants around here. This Chairman's Steakhouse that you see right here, I haven't been here yet, but I've heard amazing things about it. One of the best steak houses in Calgary. Lots of different cool shops, Pie Junkie, Alvin's Jazz Club. Very unique part of Calgary. You don't really see too many walkable neighborhoods in Calgary, in my opinion, unless you're like in the downtown core. So this is quite unique for the deep suburbs of the city. And we'll just move over here. Lots of shopping. So this is the main entrance into Mahogany. There's a big shopping center right over here, as you can see from the video in the background. Kind of like your typical strip mall that you see in Calgary. So you have shopping over here, and not far away from Mahogany is, I'll zoom out a bit further here, is Seton. This area right over here. This is where the South Health campus is. That's this big South Hospital. That's this kind of pinkish section that you see right here. And so you have easy access to medical services with the hospital. And this part of Seton is all kind of big shopping centers. Like there's a Real Canadian Superstore, there's a theater, another shopping center over here. And actually one thing I'll pull up while I have this here. So again, this is Seton. Let's talk about the Green Line LRT. So here is the map of the Green Line. Now, it's going to be built in a few stages, so it goes from the deep, deep north all the way to the deep south part of the city where Mahogany is. And the first stage will be, I think it's 16th Avenue to Shepherd, which is over here. Why on earth they didn't build it all at once? There's a huge population in this Mackenzie Town, Auburn Bay, Mahogany area. I don't make the rules though, but it'll come in stages. And where it's actually located, so here is the map from the city of Calgary. It'll end here at Seton. This is kind of where all those, all the stores I mentioned are, like the theater and the Real Canadian Superstore. This next stop is the hospital, and then the next stop is Mahogany. So Mahogany over here, Auburn Bay over here, and it's kind of right in the middle on 52nd Street. So in the future, you'll have excellent access to the C train, and that will take you all the way to downtown. You can change lines, so it'll be very handy in the future. This part of Calgary desperately needs the mass transit, but it's a work in progress. And I'll go back to the main map here, 1 second. And in terms of shopping again, if we actually go from Mahogany north on 52nd Street and you come all the way to 130th Avenue, that's this section over here. This is also a giant shopping center as well. You'll find basically everything over here. So if you're living in Mahogany, no shortage of shopping options, easy access to medical. And next up, let's talk about the schooling options. That's always a question I get quite often. So in Mahogany, there are a bunch of schools in this area. And the main one, actually I'll pull up this map here, 1 second. If you go to the Calgary Board of Education's website and you type in your address right here, it will tell you the schools that are available to you. So I just typed in an address of a home I showed earlier on Magnolia Manor, which is over here in Mahogany, if I zoom in. And the schooling options, you can see here, there are 3 of them. There's the Mahogany School, which is an elementary school. There is the Lakeshore School over here, which is actually in Auburn Bay, but not far from Mahogany. That's a middle school. And then the high school is down here in Seaton. This is called Joan Cardinal Schubert High School. So lots of schooling options around this area. It shouldn't be hard for you to find something that works for you. All right, next up, let's talk about some real estate stats and prices. So the total residential price in Mahogany is about $573,300. That number is up 7.1% year over year. Now this is the average of everything. So that's including detached homes, duplexes, townhouses, and apartments. So for detached homes, average price $772,000, up 10% year over year. Duplexes, average price $518,000, up 11.3%. Townhouses, $464,800, up quite a bit, 14.6% year over year. And lastly, we've got condos, average price $331,400, and up a whopping 15.6% year over year. And I'll just break this down a little bit further for you. I'll just skip to the very bottom here. So I'm going to move my thing over here. Let's talk about detached homes first. These are just the benchmark prices. So this is kind of like the average, but taken one step further. It's hard to explain how the CREB defines this, but it's like the average. So we've got detached homes. The most typical properties that you see here are 2 stories. 1,900 square feet is the average. Lot size, 4,026. So a full-size lot in Calgary is about 50 by 120 feet. That works out to about 6,000 square feet. So the lots are smaller in Mahogany. That's just how everything is in Calgary in the deep suburbs. Above ground bedrooms, 3 bedrooms upstairs, above grade, built in 2015. Below ground bedrooms, 0. There's a lot of new builds in this neighborhood, and most new builds have unfinished basements. That's why you see a 0 here. Full bathrooms, 2, 1 half bathroom, and you can see here partially finished basement is the most common that you see in Mahogany. Benchmark price, $772, which we already talked about. And lastly, the share of total residential. So 51.1%. That means half of the properties in Mahogany are single family homes. Move my thing over here. Next up are duplexes. So semi-detached, that's what we refer to as a duplex. 1,178 square feet, lot size 3,051. 3 bedrooms upstairs, built in 2014. 2 full bathrooms, 1 half bath. Finished basement, totally finished in this case. Average price $518,000. And these make up about 10% of all properties in Mahogany. Next up are townhouses. 1,121 square feet, 2 bedrooms, built in 2013, 2 full baths, 1 half bath. $464 is the average price, and they make up about 6% of all the properties in this neighborhood. And lastly are condos, just your conventional style condos, 843 square feet, 2 bedrooms, built in 2018. 2 full bathrooms, average price about $331,400, and these account for about 30% of all the sales in Mahogany. So this is an area that has a mixture of all product types. So the average here is $331 for condos, but there are condos in this neighborhood that can sell for over $1 million. So this is an area that's got average prices and super high end, and it just has a mixture of everything. So it's a good place for all different demographics. And next up, I'll actually take you through some of the properties here in the area, just so you can get a hands-on feel of what they look like. All right, I'll just give you a quick rundown of this single-family home in Mahogany. So the list price is $869,000. Again, the average price for a single-family home in Mahogany is $775,000. So we're slightly above the average. This is a brand new home built in 2023, and the builder is Hopewell. This property is about 2,372 square feet, has 3 bedrooms above grade, and it could be an office on the main level as well. So that could be an extra bedroom if you wanted to. 3 full bathrooms, an unfinished basement, and the basement actually has a side entry. So you could probably suite this property out. Now I say that, but you still have to do your due diligence with the city and have all the correct permits and everything. But it's definitely built that way. Next up, I'll take you through 2 condo sales that happened in the past. So this one sold for $2.9 million. So there's definitely a luxury component of Mahogany, as well as like your typical average price ranges as well. So $2.9 million. This one sold back in the spring. It is 2,864 square feet. It's got 3 bedrooms, one six-piece bath, 2 3-piece baths, and 1 half bath. Condo fees are $2,340 per month, so quite hefty, but if you've got millions for a condo, I'm sure you can afford that. And the condo fee includes, there's a clubhouse, elevators, fitness center, indoor pool, there's a parking, party room, playground, and recreation facilities. And I'll take you through some of the photos here. Spectacular property. It's a nice lobby. You've got excellent views. Quite nice, and there's a lot of amenities in this complex as well, which I'll get to. I'm going to skip forward here. You get the idea. It's a very nice property. And some of the amenities here, if I go to the end. So there's a golf simulator, looks like. There is, oh, one second, I messed that up. There's a theater room, like a piano theater room. Here's the pool. You get a better idea what the pool looks like. And nice parkade. And you can kind of see here how nice this area is from an aerial view. You got little islands over here. You've got walking paths. This is like the built-up area, Westman Village. Lots of cool restaurants and shops around here. And next up, I'll just take you through a more of your typical average priced condo. So this one sold for $340,000. 1,000 square feet, 2 bedrooms, and 2 full baths. Condo fee about $487 per month, and the condo fee includes, common area maintenance, heat, insurance, maintenance of the grounds, professional management, reserve fund contributions, sewer, snow removal, and water. This was a brand new home at the time when it sold. This one sold last year, but it just gives you a good idea of what this price range gets. Today, this might be slightly higher than back then, but not by a huge amount. And here are some photos. So kind of like your typical apartment-style condo. So to answer the question, is Mahogany the #1 neighborhood in South Calgary? That's a tough call. South Calgary covers a huge area. There's lots of good neighborhoods. And it's definitely in the conversation. It's in the top 10, I would say. But there's other areas like Lake Bonavista. Some of the areas around the reservoir are also quite nice. Sundance, another great lake community. So it just depends what you're looking for. And if you are interested, I have another video on this topic, the best neighborhoods in Calgary. And I go through each quadrant of the city and I kind of highlight the top areas according to locals. And you can find that video right here. Well, that about sums up my rundown of the Mahogany neighborhood, one of the best neighborhoods in the city. And again, if you are out there watching this and you're looking to either buy or sell real estate in Calgary, I'd love to help you out. Again, my information is in the written description below. I'm easy to get a hold of. Feel free to contact me and I'd love to help you out. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.